What's up, guys? Back here again with another video, but this time I want to talk about a movie that has already come out for a while now. I literally watched it on the same day it came out on VOD, but I've been having a lot of trouble finding the words as to why I love the movie. I still don't have those words, but I don't think I ever will. I mean, maybe I will while recording, filming myself, but let's just see. The movie in question is Capone, directed by Josh Trank. For those of you who don't know who that is, that's the guy who directed Chronicles and also Fantastic Four, unfortunately. But yeah, we're not gonna hold that against him. But despite that, 50-50 filmography, as soon as this movie was announced, I was instantly intrigued because from the information I gathered, I could tell that the movie was essentially a blank check movie, because from the information I gathered, it seems like Josh Trank was giving complete creative control. And if you know me, those are the types of movies that I always love to watch. And I loved it 100%. I really love this movie. It's really good. I love it so much that I literally can't wait for the Blu-ray release. Yeah. But if you've seen the movie, or if you've seen at least, I wouldn't say controversy, but the exposure it's been getting, the movie has people pretty divided. It's one of those movies where there's really no middle ground. You either hate it or love it. I personally love it. A lot of people hate it, unfortunately. Even reviewers like Chris Stuckman, well, I won't say he hates the movie, but he clearly dislikes it a lot. I don't agree with his reasons, but everyone has an opinion. But like I said, I love it, and I want to try to explain why I love it. Now, for those of you who haven't seen Capone, Capone is a movie obviously about Al Capone, but it's not about Capone's life. It's not about Capone's rise to power. It's not even about his time in prison. This movie is dedicated into one period in his life where his syphilis got so bad that his mental states, his psyche started to deteriorate. Physically, he started to deteriorate. And we just get to see this shell of a man who is beyond unrecognizable, that you can't really believe that this is supposed to be Capone. But yeah, obviously there's more to it, but I really don't want to spoil it, because this is the type of movie that you really need to go in blind. You cannot watch the trailer. You cannot don't try to not read anything about the plot, nothing. Just watch it. I mean, that's how I did it, and I think that made me love it, in my opinion. Maybe not. I just think that if I just read what the movie was going to be about, I don't think I would have ever watched it, in my opinion. I mean, I can't really say that either, because I can't say that, because another reason why I wanted to watch it was because I'm seeing a lot of people split on it, and that attracted me towards it, to be honest. So, attracted me towards it. So dumb. Yeah, I made a grammatical error. Sorry about that. But yeah, I really loved this movie. And yeah, I explained it. Now it's time to explain myself as to why I love it. Now, the reason why I love it is mainly because the concept of this movie is very interesting. Because here we have one of the biggest figures when it comes to, organized crime in the US. Like, you could safely say he's the biggest, because we're talking about a guy who was the kingpin of the U.S. at a time where alcohol was considered illegal, and he took advantage of that prohibition and basically turned himself into a fucking millionaire. Now, obviously, he did it by being one of the worst human beings alive. There's no denying that. But, you know, here we have this man who did everything I just said, and we get to see him deteriorate. We get to see him essentially fall from grace. And it's almost like the movie was trying to tell you through visual language that when it comes to figures like this one, you know, with Al Capone, a lot of times the US tries to immortalize them and put him on this pedestal. And with this movie, you really get to see him being human. And usually when you say that, it's usually associated with, oh, look at him being sympathetic or whatever. But what I mean when I say that we get to see him being human, I mean really human. Not only seeing him, being friendly or whatever, or being sympathetic, which he doesn't. It's mainly about seeing him just be gross. We get to see him be gross. Do with that what you will. We get to see him be horrible to the people he knows. And it's almost like, it's so strange because personally, the way he's depicted is very accurate, because we get to see him basically have dementia. But it's not really dementia, because the problem is that, like I said, he has syphilis. And he had syphilis since he was like a preteen or teenager, and he never did anything about it. And that syphilis affected his brain in such a way where he started having dementia and started to hallucinate. And we, as the viewer, get to see him experience that. We are basically put in his point of view, and we experience the hallucinations. We experience everything blindly, like he is. And it's such an interesting experience. It's almost like a very fucked up roller coaster, but you enjoy it somehow. It's like you try not to look, but you kind of still look. It's really kind of like that. And yeah, like you see him become this shell of a man that you really don't recognize him. Not only because of, it's Tom Hardy playing as him, but really, like, if you know anything about Capone, then seeing him in that light is really a sight to see. Like I said, despite me only seeing very few movies where he's depicted in, I still know a lot about him, mainly because of documentaries I watch and all that stuff. and really, like, seeing him in this movie was like a wake-up call, maybe. I just don't really. I wish I had more, a better vocabulary to explain this, because it's just really hard to explain. But I really hope that my gestures and the fact that I'm trying to explain why I love it, motivates you to watch it, because I really want people to watch this. It's really good. The movie is amazing, and it's just so good, and people should really, really watch it. And I guess that's it. That's all I can say. There's really no use for me to try, again, because this is just my scattered thoughts on the movie. I've tried to gather my thoughts by writing. I tried, and it's just really hard, because this movie is just so different. It's just really different, but it's amazing. But if you're expecting a crime drama, if you're expecting another Scarface or another Godfather or something like that. You're really not gonna get that at all. In fact, I could say that this is an anti-mafia movie. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to describe this movie, as an anti-mafia movie. It's really the exact opposite of a mafia movie. Damn. Yeah, well, no better way to end the video. As always, like and subscribe. Please share this video. And yeah, see you in the next video, guys.
Of course. Come here, girl.
Go ahead, be gone with it.
Come to the back.
Go ahead, be gone with it.
VIP.
Go ahead, be gone with it.
Drinks on me.
Go ahead, be gone with
What you
it.
twerking